The last time I took a proper French test, I looked like this. Join me as I complete the first French test I've done in 17 years and find out whether my French is better than Emily Cooper's. For those of you wondering why I'm wearing a bucket hat, it's because I'm hiding my greasy hair. You're welcome. I am currently power walking to the place where I will get assessed. The last time I was formally assessed in French was for my AS level when I was 17. Completely unrelated to this video, but related to a video in the future. Very kindly, my mum sent over my old AS and A-level results and also some of my GCSE results as well. We've all heard of second-hand embarrassment, right? Can you have second-hand embarrassment for your past self? I was mortified when I received those results again, nearly 20 years later. Oh my God, it's not 20 years, Leanna. Because I'm not fluent yet, it kind of almost confirms the, oh, I'm not really very good at this. Unfortunately, inadvertently, my parents had given me the impression that learning a language was pretty easy. My mum had learnt German from scratch when she moved to Germany, so I always thought these things were possible and within my grasp. And in a strange way, I never thought I had to work for it. I thought it would just kind of happen. When I did well at GCSE French, I kind of thought that AS level would be pretty much the same. But I was the only person in my class who couldn't speak French to kind of a B1 level. Plus my teacher was French as well. So there was no one really going through that kind of very difficult learning process that I was going through. And at the end of that year, I got my first D that I'd ever got in a subject in my life. And because I'd always aspired to be this kind of Hermione Granger-esque, hyper-intelligent kind of girl who would go on to Oxford, this didn't match my vision of myself or my vision of the future, so I stopped doing French at AS level. But that wasn't the end of my French learning journey. I always had this kind of almost unfinished business with wanting to learn and become fluent in a language fluently, just like my parents had done. So I did take some French evening classes in London while I was living and working there. And also I've done Duolingo intermittently as well. Very intermittently.
Then, just like Emily, I moved to Paris.
I was really lucky that through the company I used to work for, I got French lessons for free. Tangent time! So very early on in my classes, our French tutor said to me that another way of saying I work somewhere was je marche. And I really questioned him about it because I knew je marche means I walk. So I was like, really? Work? You sure? And he was like, yes. And so for my first few months working at my new company, I was saying je marche as a slangy way of saying I work at the company I used to work for. And it was only 3 months later that I was told, no, doesn't mean that. God, I was so embarrassed. And what's really frustrating is I still go to say je marche before I go to say je travaille now, just because of this mistake that I was accidentally taught by this French tutor. So I go je travaille every time. But when my employer said that they were going to assess our French level every 3 months, I kind of got a bit scared. I was worried that if I had an off day, that my former employer would take the result of that off day as gospel. And my bad French score could influence a decision by them consciously or unconsciously as to whether they wanted to keep me or not. Now, my job didn't require any French, but realistically, it is a French company based in Paris. And so it was for this reason that I decided to give up the French lessons provided by the company. And unfortunately, after that, I didn't sign up to any French classes. Until now. Now, in my defense, signing up for anything, including something as simple as a French class, is an administrative nightmare. So if you are as allergic to admin as I am, here is a quick guide about how to sign up to do French classes as an adult here in Paris. If you are Paris-based, a lot of people might talk about getting reduced rate French classes through your mairie or through your town hall. So that isn't quite right. These classes can take place in mairies. Not every mairie or every town hall in Paris offers these classes, so it will just depend on your quartier, arrondissement or district as to where your nearest class is. As far as I can tell, it seems to work in the same way as a school year, so that there are 3 terms, like an autumn term, a spring term and a summer term, which are about 4 months each, including breaks for holidays. You can go to this website, scap.paris.fr, to look up the classes for adults to learn French as a non-native speaker, and there are options depending on your level of education. But you can only sign up when the applications are open for sign-ups. That's normally about a month and a half in advance. Then you typically wait for a month and are told by email that you've got a test on this day and to go to this location to do that test.
I'm just outside the place where I'm going to get assessed. So realistically, my French is A2, B1 cusp, but there's only one way to find out. I'm recording this just after coming back from the French test, so it was kind of a mixture between quite formal and quite chill. It was a very simple paper. You just answer about 4 questions. The first question was a picture question, and it showed pictures of a guy going about his day, and then you just kind of describe what's happening. Nicolas is getting up. Nicolas is taking a shower. Another one was write a text to your friend about a picnic that you're going on this weekend. Ask them how many people are going to be there. What should I bring? Like, kind of a little bit more detailed than you would probably have in one text, but, you know, kind of normal stuff. They were appropriate level questions, which allowed you to show the right level of detail. You filled in the questionnaire, and then the professor, once she noticed that you were finished, she came up and had a chat to you. Just, how long have you been in France? What do you do for a living? Very simple sort of questions. And what she was doing was testing your comprehension and how comfortable you are responding in French. But that gives you a kind of idea of what happens, at least for the level that I was going into, A2. And then, much like you would do for a secret agent, she said,
"You will receive an email next week."
She said that for everyone. But it's kind of very cryptic. You will receive an email. No hint. So I guess I just need to wait for the email. Over to you, Liana. So it is Friday and I completed the French test on Monday and I received the email to say I got in. Yay! Oh my god, I was getting nervous about that actually. It was kind of getting down to the wire. I am so relieved I didn't have to call up and ask a bunch of awkward questions in French. Mwah. So as a confirmation, I received 2 emails. The first one was to say congratulations, you've got in on the course. The second one was an email to the portal where I can pay. In this year, 2024, the cost of the course is €160 full price and €80 half price. You'll need to see directly with the course as to whether you qualify for half price. I also need to do that myself. So I better get on it. And needless to say, my circumstances are specific to me, so they might be a bit different to you. So is my French better than Emily Cooper's? According to the internet, Emily Cooper's level is A1 and I am in the A2 class. Realistically, I think my French still is that A2 B1 cusp, but I'm really glad to be in the A2 class so I have a solid base and really feel comfortable conjugating all the verbs, doing everything correctly before I move on to B1 hopefully in the future. The course starts and it is twice a week. I hope that has shed some light on the process of signing up, being tested for, and getting into one of the FLE courses provided by the French government. There is still a veil of mystery when it comes to any French administration. I don't know whether I was considered for the B1 course. There's no level of detail. If you would like to join me on my French learning journey as a mature learner, then please feel free to watch my videos and you can also click subscribe if you like.
I still need to work out how to sign off these videos. The name of the channel is Leanna's New Groove, so maybe groovy baby? Keep on grooving! So as a placeholder just for now, let's say I'll see you next time.